The acting head of FEMA, David Richardson, has resigned. He faced criticism for his handling or lack of handling of the deadly Texas flooding in July. That was 4th of July weekend. Officials tell CBS News Richardson was unreachable for several hours once the flooding commenced, but he says he was in constant contact throughout that disaster. After taking the job in May, he issued a stern warning to staff who he worried would get in the way of change he intended to bring to the agency. Listen.
Don't get in my way. If you're one of those 20% of the people and you think those tactics and techniques are going to help you, they will not, because I will run right over you.
Nicole Sganga is here with me now to discuss this development. Sometimes in Washington, Nicole, when people resign abruptly, it's to avoid being fired.
And that is exactly the situation that played out here, Major. But to be clear, Richardson's resignation was a matter of when, not if. For weeks, there had been rumors circulating that he was due to leave FEMA by the end of hurricane season. Hurricane season ends next week, so we're a little bit earlier than that. But notably, we are just one day after the due date for FEMA's Review Council report. So this is a report that is meant to show how FEMA will be reimagined under the Trump administration. And many critics of Richardson, both within the president's orbit and within the Department of Homeland Security, felt that he might not be the correct messenger to sort of lead that change. But as you alluded in the introduction, Major, this is a fairly controversial man whose tenure was as brief as it was controversial at the Department of Homeland Security.
And is FEMA going to exist in any recognizable form based on what we're able to deduce from this rather significant set of reforms?
Well, it would take an act of Congress to change it. We're yet to see what is in the report itself. But this is an agency that has come under fire both during the Biden administration and most recently during the Trump administration. And at its helm, Richardson did many things, including on his first day on the job, tell officials, I will run you over. Now, he was a former Marine, so disaster management wasn't exactly in his background, but he went on to lead, some would say quite poorly, that disaster response over the 4th of July weekend in Texas. He was unreachable, Major, not only for hours, but really for 2 days. He was vacationing with his sons, and he received much criticism for that. He made a gaffe saying he didn't know that there was a hurricane season. So at a certain point, even within this administration, Major, it becomes clear that a leader is becoming more of a distraction and at that point needs to leave. As for what's next in terms of the agency, I think it's a matter of debate who will be appointed to permanently lead the agency. And I think whoever's put there will say a lot about the direction this agency is going. If it's someone like Bob Fenton, who has been the acting administrator before, who is seen as a career, a solid leader at FEMA with a lot of background in this field. For now, Karen Evans is in charge. She was formerly at CISA. She had been FEMA's chief of staff for several months. And so she'll sort of ride this next few weeks until the administration determines really what is the future of FEMA and who is going to lead that future there.
And that next leader is a Senate confirmable position, is it?
It is meant to be, yes, Major.
Yes.
It hasn't been for several months, but it is meant to be.
Nicole Sganga, excellent stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate it.